So we're walking back from our first our first hike up where the pipe is going, and Dad's really quiet. What are you thinking?
Effing nuts, son.
We're gonna get it up to the intake?
I don't think so. Not this year. You might, just not this year.
Yeah, we're either gonna be amazed at how much work we got done, or I'm gonna be like, wow, Dad definitely knew what he was talking about, and I'm in way over my head. But when 3,000 feet of pipe show up, we'll see what happens. So if anybody's wondering what a ream of 3-inch HDPE pipe 1,000 feet long looks like, that's what it looks like.
There he goes. Oh, it's four-wheeler.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that worked. Woo! All right, so we got our second pipe all hooked up. You can see we have this behind the bar to make sure that it doesn't roll out. This is just supporting the bar to add some strength to the plywood underneath it. We've done that on both sides. There and there. We have the base of it tied off to the excavator as a backup, just in case, just so it doesn't tip over when we start pulling. We don't want it to tip over that way. But we are making sure that we're pulling the pipe out of the bottom of the roll. And yeah, attempt number 2. Let's see how it goes.
Ream 3!
All right, get it. And that's it. Easy as that. 3,000 feet of pipe. 900 meters. All stretched out, ready to be dragged up into the woods. Very exciting day. We are burying our first pipe today. little bit of a milestone. So we're very excited. All our hard work is finally paying off. So this is the trail that goes up to the intake. But the problem is once we pull our pipe up there, we're not gonna be able to drive the four-wheeler because they're the same path. But today is the last day we have the excavator. So we've excavated our trench up until here. So the pipe's gonna come from here and it's gonna go into the basement of our A-frame, and that's where the turbine's gonna be. Hopefully one day we'll have an A-frame here, a water line continuing down the side of the driveway and to my cabin. But for now, let's bury a pipe. So we got the pipe in the trench. We're finally pulling it up. The four-wheeler there kind of barely was able to pull it off the reel. It was awesome that it did, but we were afraid that it wasn't going to be able to pull this much pipe uphill. So we ended up getting this little gas-powered winch just for the first section here because we want to get it buried. It seems to be working pretty good. So we just finished pulling the pipe. It started absolutely nuking rain on us. So we're gonna shut her down for today. But I think that we pulled it up to where it needs to be, which is fantastic. That winch did a really good job, like really good job, where it wasn't super slow. It didn't seem to struggle too much. I mean, it's a super long pipe. It weighs a lot. There's a minimal amount of corners, but definitely some friction when it's pulling. You can see where the pipe goes. It does go over like quite a bit of debris. Again, we just wanted to do this, pull this section of pipe before we lost the excavator so that we can bury this trench here specifically. So despite it pouring rain the last night we had the excavator, we did manage to get this dug. So this is going to be where the turbine shed will be. So this is the end of that first hose that will attach that first pipe, but we did manage to get the whole pipe buried just along the side of the road here. It doesn't look pretty, but we had to do it fast. But at least there's no rocks down by the pipe. And then we have it buried all the way up through this little shortcut here. And I think everything actually went pretty well. Filling it back in and kind of one person dumping the dirt in and then one person checking to make sure that there were no rocks pressing up against the pipe. So all in all, pretty happy. It's all slightly turning or sloping downhill, which is ideal. Then it crosses this road, heads up into the woods, and we've been burying this by hand. We didn't want to bring the excavator out through here, but pipe runs fairly straight. We can still use the four-wheeler path. Sorry, the hill's kind of steep. As you can see, it's just buried right over there. I'm going up where we drive the four-wheeler, so we can still get up to the intake. It is a little bit of work to bury the pipe for sure, but it's nice to have it protected. And there, so that's where we're at now. That's the trench. Well, that's all that's left. Sticking out of the ground. Everything else is buried. We finally did it. Penstock, 1/3 complete. And we're in good spirits.
I think we are. Either that or we're crazy.
It's pipe pulling day. So we're pulling up the second pipe. If you can hear that nice lull in the background, that is the winch hard at work. My job is to basically, I'm pulling this 100 meter 12 mil static line up right where I want the pipe to be pulled up. Wow. Okay, we're not even that close. Awesome. We have lots of pipe. Cool. And that's it. The pipe is at the source. That's the face of a happy man right there.
Yeah, baby!
We are in the basement, ready to attach our first piece, our first compression fitting onto the HDPE pipe. And so we ordered, yeah, that's the compression fitting. She's a big mama. But we ordered this piece online, and so that's going to be our, you can see it's a HDPE to PVC transition, because we're going to be doing most of the work around the microhydro in Schedule 40. And so Schedule 40, you can just find more parts to it. It seems like everything with HDPE you have to fuse together, so this will just make it a little more affordable and easier to work with. So we're going to go ahead and put on our first 3-inch fitting, compression fitting. We're kind of trying to figure out how the heck these things work. And what we think is there's two kind of lips in the pipe. So the first one gets this gasket and it presses up against that outermost lip, and then when you slide it on, the pipe is going to go inside of this gasket, so it's going to press against the outside of the pipe, and then the pipe's going to slide all the way to that inner little lip there. So we just put a little bit of silicone to help that little gasket slide over top of the pipe, because it's really tight, really tough to put on. But hopefully, you want to push on that?
I don't know, so.
Feel that? Did you see that? And they have these nifty wrenches you can buy to tighten these up. If you just have a little bit of rope, I tied a clove hitch, making sure I'm pulling from the opposite side. And we found that you can, you can loosen it really effectively.
Yep. What kind of compression fittings are those, Sam?
Pain in the ass compression fittings. I think that's good. I think I got rope burn on both hands now. And that's how you do a 3-inch compression fitting. No big deal. Well, that's that. He returns to the sausage lake from whence he came. That guy just spent a month playing in the woods, digging trenches, burying pipe with me. I have no idea why or how he survived. But he was still smiling when he left, and despite that, his mindset when he got here, I think we got a lot done, and he's quite happy with where we're at. And we're both optimistic I will have water this winter. But he is on his way back to Sausage Lake, and he will be missed. I'm so tired. There's so much pipe. My back hurts. My hands hurt. There's rocks, there's roots. Oh my God. I am making zero progress today. I am actually excited for this to be over. Well, it took a month and a half of trail building and pipe dragging and trenching and burying pipe and then dragging more pipe and then more trenching and burying more pipe. And I feel like it hasn't quite sunken in yet, but we finally made it to the intake. And despite waking up with numb arms the past 4 days and my back feeling like I'm 150 years old and my hands cramping, it was all worth it to have the pipe up here fully buried, ready for water. All I need to do now is just the fun part, which will be kind of playing around with this intake, building a box, getting that blue barrel up here. And I actually really look forward to that. After endless days and weeks of mindless trenching, I'll just wake up in the morning and look at my Pulaski and be like, here we go again. But it was all worth it. I'm so happy.
Trenching with the excavator was a lot more fun.